What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the JROD pod. Today, I got a very special episode for you. It's a bonus episode because it's a solo podcast with your boy JROD here. And what I want to talk to you today about is some current events that are happening that are very important that we discuss. First, I just want to get this out of the way. Obviously, there's been some upheaval in Syria. There's been a political transition, and the president, Bashar Assad, has been overthrown, couped, and, now there's going to be a regime change. And rebel groups are striving to establish normalcy. I don't know what that means. That's just what I read. But I do want to do this. I want to give you guys a little history lesson on the Assad family because I found this interesting. So the Assad family has played a significant role in Syria's modern history by authoritarian rule, conflict, and regional influence. Here's a summary of the key events surrounding the Assad family. So, the rise to power. Hafez al-Assad from 1971 to 2000. Hafez, a member of the Ba'ath party. It's Ba'ath with two A's and a weird little apostrophe in between the two A's, okay? That party seized power in a 1970 coup and became president of Syria in 1971. His rule was characterized by strict authoritarianism, a powerful security apparatus, and suppression of dissent. He focused on maintaining secularism, strengthening Syria's regional influence, and consolidating power through a network of loyalists. Now, that's fine. That, sounds like a lot of different, that sounds like literally pretty much every country, right? But here's where it gets kind of weird. So there were massacres and repression. So one of the most notable incidents of his regime was the 1982 Hama massacre. Now, this is where Hafez's forces crushed an Islamic uprising, killing thousands of Islamists. And then transition of power. So upon Hafez's death, so the original Assad, the OG, when he died in 2000, his son, the one that recently got overthrown, Bashar al-Assad, he was actually, before all this, he was an eye doctor, all right? Let's just say that, because the word they use for it is so long, and he was a glorified eye doctor. He prescribed fucking glasses, all right? And, well, he succeeded him. Bashar initially appeared to promote, modernization and reform, right? But Bashar al-Assad's rule, so from 2000 to the present, so in the beginning, there was early optimism. Bashar initially offered hope of reform, easing some restrictions, and promoting technology and economic liberalization. And then there was an authoritarian crackdown. This hope faded quickly. Syrians were probably like, oh, yeah. There was, the crackdown, and the hope faded. And as dissent was crushed and reforms were largely superficial, the people outside, they got no respect. They got no respect for the JROD pod. Basically, the Syrian spirits were crushed, okay? So then there is the Syrian Civil War, 2011 to now. The 2011 Arab Spring sparked pro-democracy protests in Syria, which Bashar's regime violently suppressed. This led to a full-scale civil war involving various rebel groups, Islamist factions, ISIS. Ever heard of them? Yeah. Shout out SEAL Team 6, America. And, and external powers like Russia, Iran, Turkey, and the U.S. Obviously, we had our hand in there. The U.S., we got our hand. We got tentacles everywhere. And then there was the humanitarian crisis. So this war led to hundreds of thousands of deaths, millions of refugees, and widespread destruction. The Assad regime has been accused of war crimes, including the use of chemical weapons and torture. Okay, it sounds bad, but honestly, every country does that kind of shit. If your country isn't torturing people, your country's not shit. I'm just being honest. It's just not, okay? I don't know where it happens in the U.S., but I guarantee it happens. It happens somewhere. Right now, there's someone being tortured, getting their fucking molars ripped out, yelling, "Mommy! Mommy!" As some sick doctor comes in with, some rusty pliers and it's just like a molar. Just pop it out. They're like, ah! That's happening right now as you're watching this. Just know that. But for the betterment of the world, because it's America, all right? Yeah, and so then the current situation. With significant support from Russia and Iran, Bashar al-Assad has regained control over most of Syria, though some areas remain under rebel or Kurdish control. Syria remains deeply fractured with ongoing humanitarian challenges, economic hardship, and international isolation for the Assad regime. The Assad's rule has been defined by a combination of authoritarian control, brutal crackdowns, and survival through alliances, shaping Syria's complex political and social landscape. All right, so that is a little history lesson for you guys on the Assad family. And thank you very much. So, I wish the best to the Syrians, I really do. NATO had its 75th anniversary. They're talking strategy. I love to hear that they're talking strategy. When someone tells me they're talking strategy, I get excited. I'm like, okay, hell yeah, something's going on. Let's go. And then also, they were talking about the Ukraine conflict. I forgot. I literally forgot that there was a war going on over there right now. With Ukraine and Russia, and then with, Hamas and Israel. And then, we had in the US, we had our election, Republican versus Democrat. It was crazy. There's been a lot of crazy shit going on right now. Not to mention Luigi, the guy who shot the very good looking kid who shot the health insurance CEO. And it's very disturbing that there are actually some people out there that are like, oh, the guy had it coming to him or whatever. Like, listen, I get that his job wasn't like he wasn't a saint, but it was his job, and you got to please the shareholders. In order to please the shareholders, you need to try to save as much money as possible for the company and make as much money for the company as possible. That's just business. That's just good old capitalism, all right? If you're not getting fucked over by your government or companies, you're not living, all right? So the kid just didn't get it. He just didn't get it. It's just part of the deal of living. You just get fucked over by big companies. But I guarantee that guy that got shot, he didn't deserve to be shot. And I feel bad for the kid because he had I think what happened to him was, he maybe had a brain tumor. I don't know. I think something happened. He snapped. And I know that they're saying that his back was all messed up. Like, he had these bolts in his back. I'll put a picture. He had these big bolts in his back, and it hurt so bad. And I guess he couldn't have sex, and that made him really upset. And I started writing a manifesto. And yeah, he was a smart kid, valedictorian. He had his whole life ahead of him. Yeah, he chooses to go and in the middle of the day, just 6:30 a.m., just murder a health insurance CEO. I'll tell you what, though, now that he's in prison, his back is he's gonna be getting pounded from the back, and his back is going to get worse, okay? So, prayers go out to families, for the CEO, and then also Luigi's family, because I'm sure that can't be great. But, this is dark. Gosh, man. Well, I got to talk about this. So, Taylor Swift, I got to talk about this because the algorithm rules my life. Now, I have to talk about things that will mesh well with the algorithm. So I'm going to talk about this. Taylor Swift, she just finished her concert, right? And, she is literally the most consistent, top-rated artist in the world. Hands down. She made over, I believe this concert, her tour, made over $2 billion. It made so much, she gave her staff $153 million in bonuses, which is nuts, right? I have a boner thinking about those bonuses. It's nuts. She's out here in her Eras, it was called the Eras Tour, making more money than some small nations, literally. While you're still waiting for your friend to pay you back for something over a month ago, she could literally pay the debt of certain countries. Now the Swifties are taking over everything. Her relationship with Travis Kelce, it's funny. It's funny how, like, when they first started dating, people were like, oh, she's just dating him for his money. It's like, no, she's billionaire. He's not as rich as her. So that's a stupid thing to say. Whoever said that, you're a fucking moron. Yeah, so Travis Kelce, just the guy who fucking tackles people. Whatever. You're dating Taylor Swift, dude. Just quit. No, I'm kidding. He's a great football player. The Swift-Kelsey relationship, it's been analyzed more than, I would say, definitely more than the attempted assassination on Donald Trump. I mean, who the fuck? I don't know anything about that guy. I don't know anything about that guy. We found out more about Luigi within 24 hours than we still have about the guy that shot Donnie T in the ear. I mean, what the fuck's going on? Kind of like the Epstein thing. It's all very suspicious, people. It's all very suspicious. All right. But listen, people on TikTok are making conspiracy charts like, is this a PR stunt with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce? Is it true love? Or are they, secretly building a doomsday bunker, when AI takes over? Who knows? Who knows? But if you criticize her, you will vanish. So I do love you, Taylor Swift. I love you, Taylor Swift. I'm a Swiftie. I love you. No, listen, there's been these mysterious drone sightings in New Jersey, right? And normally it'd be like, okay, whatever, drones. Yeah, it's probably some kids flying drones around, whatever, police, military, whatever. But the thing is, there was like it was like a swarm of them. So, and the government's looking into it because we don't know who they belong to, which is kind of creepy. Like, let's be honest. This is just a conspiracy theory I just thought of right now, but imagine this. Those drones are planted in different places throughout the city. Okay, New Jersey, close to New York. What if they're like bombs and they're like gonna fly them into fucking buildings and shit? That'd be kind of creepy. And if you see them flying, these drone sightings have been seen in New Jersey, right by the ocean. So what if they flew the drones over the ocean? We didn't catch it. And now we're just going to see a bunch of bombs go off. I don't know. But it is scary. They're calling for a federal investigation, which they should. Good news, a little good news for our man Donnie T, future president. Donnie T received a $15 million settlement from ABC News in a defamation case, which is about time because, man, he's been getting, I've never seen anything like it. The amount of defamation that's going on with Donald Trump. Remember when they were trying to say, like, there was a video of him getting peed on or some shit? Like, what the fuck was that? What? Yeah, but so ABC, they expressed their regrets over, a statement made by a journalist, aka George Stephanopoulos, however you say his name. Who gives a fuck? Guy's a piece of shit. But yeah, so it's nice to see Donnie get a nice win, even after being president, which is a huge win. Oh yeah, so the iPhone 16. I actually am using the iPhone 16 right now to record this because it actually syncs up with the software that I use to record this podcast, which is great. Like, watch this. This is sick. That's me. That's just good old technology right there. That's just good old technology right there. Look at that. I put it in portrait mode too. I can do whatever the fuck I want. God damn it, I'm fucking sick. No, I'm kidding. So some of the tech trends, the iPhone 16, obviously, because we need another iPhone. I know we get one like every year, but we need more. We just need more, please. I would take 5 of them if I could. This one's got 3 cameras, for when you need 3D, high definition shot of your sad little lunch with a little lunch pail. And then I'll come by and I'll take your sandwich and I'll smash it in your face and say, loser. Because my phone's better than yours. Now, I'm kind of spiraling here, but, let's just end it with this. All right. There's TikTok trends going on. TikTok might be banned. Now, actually, I want to end it this way. If you're going to invest money into Bitcoin. Well, I would say actually Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, altcoin, because altcoin season is coming up. It's a trend, people. It's a trend. I'll put a picture right here, actually, just so I can show you guys. Like, if you follow this chart, you will make money. It's just a matter of having patience, really. But with that being said, guys, thanks for listening to me talk. I feel like this went horribly, but thank you. And remember, guys, always remember, I'm just checking in on you. Just checking in on you, because I love you. Thank you for listening to the JROD Pod.